All right, so I feel that there is a need for me to further expand on some things I've said on my channel and in my blogs lately. I want to talk about how recently I've kind of come across certain users on social media platforms. And I'm going to tie this all together. So many months ago, when I made this video talking about people who make movie montage videos, right? Like it's such an irritation for me. But I'm going to go back into this topic yet again because at the time that I made that video, I noticed an individual who joined my channel, subscribed to my channel. And the first thing I noticed was their username. The second thing I noticed was their avatar's thumbnail. And these were very eye-catching to me for a variety of reasons. The first being is that their username was very similar to several other channels that at that time I had recently discovered on YouTube. And they all used very similar names like source this, source that, source blah, 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 source whatever, source blah. Do you get me now? So they all had similar type of content, similar style, where these movie montages put together while there's voiceover, and they all have similar channel names. So please forgive me if I confused and conflated these channels and lumped them all together because they were creating content very similar to each other. And this person that had joined who had subscribed to my channel had a name very similar to these channels as well. Now, they all, like I said, were similar like that. And this one particular channel that subscribed to me, I looked at their channel, their name. That was something to perk up my ears. Then looking at their avatar, and the two are not aligned. That's the second thing. One is source and the other is something that has nothing to do with source. And then I looked at the person's content that they had uploaded, and it was all content that was pertaining to quartz crystal. Whether it be videos that were taken from her channel directly or videos that were actually taken from her Patreon site, that were behind the paywall, that were for supporters only. And those videos had been uploaded to this individual's channel. So they took the information that from content that they don't have the legal right to distribute, so they've bootlegged her content and put it on their own channel. And now, I mean, obviously she handles that stuff however she wants, and I'm not sitting here fighting any fight for her. What I'm bringing up is the fact that there was these three factors right off the bat. Then I looked at the links that this person was linking to. One of them is a blogger blog, and the other is a Discord server. And both of these links are heavily influenced by occultism. The Discord server is to talk about occultism among occultists, and the blog is a compilation of transcripts of all of her videos. In addition to writing, there's blog posts written about occultists. So that was, the other big red flag. At the time, because I was digging down this hole, I subscribed to the Discord channel because I wanted to see what was being talked about. I wanted to see if this was source players. I wanted to see if there were any source players on that Discord channel. And all I found was occultism. And I sent that person a message and I says, are you a practicing, hermeticist or whatever it was that I said at the time? They were like, yeah, are you interested? So I got my information. I immediately unsubscribed from the server, and I never looked back because I have no intentions of going down that path. There's no reason for me to ever go down that path. So unsubbed from the server, blocked that person from my channel, and did what I could on my end to distance myself from that person. I don't want people like that following me on any social media platforms because this is my take on what I've seen this individual do. From what I've surmised on all the things that I have seen and put together is that this person was a Patreon at one point, whether they joined with the intent of getting whatever was behind the paywall and downloading it and then bootlegging it to others, or actually being an active paying subscriber, supporter, whether they were actively interacting with other source players or not. This person actually was in the Patreon at one point in time. So they could be somebody that you may have interacted with thinking that, like they're making good choices for their life. Come to find out, they are making some very detrimental choices for their life in their personal life. But it's not very personal because it's right out there for you to see. Right? So there's that. I don't know who this person is from the time that I was a supporter. If they were a supporter at the same time, they were not active. Or this person is banking on other source players being hungry to find information out there that was not put out by Quartz Crystal to either further expand or to reveal things that she's refusing to reveal because people think that she's keeping that knowledge for herself. I don't know. But nevertheless, that person feels that information should be out there for everyone and putting it out there. Or they are hoping that, I lost track of my thought. They're hoping that source players get confused and start following them because, hey, they've got Quartz Crystal on their channel. They must be on the up and up. They're basically an imposter and an interloper. Okay. So that's what I'm getting at. My original video was a caution to all of my listeners. Hey, I found something that's shady. I want to let you know about it. And that was the extent of my intent. And it got blown up and conflated and distorted by somebody who has no idea who I am and what I'm about. So, recently, this individual that I just long-windedly described to you, I've seen their account being recommended as somebody to follow on Instagram because they themselves are following somebody that I am connected to. So I've blocked that person so that they don't have the ability to follow me as far as I know. But since that point, they have since joined my YouTube channel again. And I don't know how to make it any more clear that I had distanced myself from this person, not interested in getting to know them in any way, shape, or form, because detrimentally or beneficially is how I've looked at this person's actions and what they're about. And that is not somebody that a higher frequency source player would want to be around. And that's all I'm saying. Okay? Or even associate with. And having had brief little friendship with somebody that started back in the wintertime, they had contributed to my page, and then really seeing what this person's character was and things not adding up. So whether they were pretending to be a source player, or just so low and in such a frame of mind where they use people to get information and not do the work for themselves, that was not a beneficial friendship to have. And that person viewed me as somebody to just kind of be their dumping ground and call me up or request a phone call with me whenever they felt like their life was in a shambles or not going right. Yet they were doing all these lower frequency things and they couldn't understand why their life was messing up left and right. So I made that choice. This person is now sucking life from me, and I had to cut them off. I saw things on Instagram that I did not care for. These are all these different little signs. Like this person, something was really off with them. Okay. Was I getting the signs that they were a source player? Yes. However, I really don't know. I really don't know, or somebody who is very low frequency and also does not get it. So this is what I'm saying. You have to be ruthless in the respect of there has to be a cutoff with no remorse, no guilt, no nothing. They are not part of your family. They are not part of your core friend group. So you have to ask yourself, does being associated with this source player that I don't really actually know benefit me? Or are they a hindrance to my game? And that's what you have to do. So if I could caution people, I would. Now this is the first time I've actually spoken in depth about this particular friendship, but I'm still not cautioning. I haven't done anything. I don't care. I've just kind of let it go, moved away from it, don't want any part of it. I don't feel that people need to be cautioned about it. Whatever. They're making choices that they're making. That's on them. Everybody gets the life they bargain for, right? But in the case of somebody who's practicing occultism, I'm going to caution you all. Am I calling this person out specifically? Yes and no. I'm respectfully asking you to respect my boundaries, that I do not want you here. You're not welcome. You're persona non grata. Okay? Respect my wishes. Go about your life. Because you, sir, have the life that